Newcastle United and Manchester United are both contending with significant injury challenges ahead of their upcoming Premier League match at St James's Park. Newcastle's Anthony Gordon is a doubt due to an ankle issue, with manager Eddie Howe stating, "He did a very small part of training on Wednesday, so we'll see how he's came through that today." Additionally, striker Callum Wilson is sidelined with a hamstring injury, and midfielder Miguel Almiron is out with a thigh problem, though he is making progress and is pain-free. On the Manchester United side, manager Ruben Amorim faces his own set of challenges. Midfielder Bruno Fernandes is suspended following a red card in the previous match, and Manuel Ugarte is also serving a one-match ban after accumulating 5 yellow cards. Defenders Mason Mount and Luke Shaw are both unavailable due to injuries sustained earlier this month. In their previous encounter at Old Trafford in December, Newcastle secured a 2-0 victory over Manchester United. Goals from Alexander Isak and Joelinton sealed the win that day, although Lewis Hall and Anthony Gordon, both of whom grabbed assists for those goals, may not feature this weekend. Hall is certainly out, whilst Gordon faces a race against time to be fit to feature on Sunday. The visitors, meanwhile, are without a clutch of key players and will have to contend with fatigue following their Europa League quarter-final clash against Lyon on Thursday night, one they had to settle for a 2-2 draw in thanks to a very late Ryan Cherki equalizer. Here we take a look at all the latest injury news from both camps ahead of Newcastle United v Manchester United. Lisandro Martinez, out a knee injury, will keep Martinez sidelined this weekend and for the remainder of the campaign. Aiden Heaven, out. The young defender impressed in his first outings as a Manchester United player, but suffered an injury just as he was starting to become a first-team regular. Amad Diallo, out. Amorim is hopeful of having the former Sunderland loanee back before the end of the season. He will not feature at St James's Park on Sunday. Toby Collier, out. Collier has a leg injury that will keep him out for another couple of weeks. Matthijs de Ligt, out. The Dutchman is not expected to feature this weekend after suffering a foot injury. On the defender, Amorim said, "Mata has a problem in his foot. We are trying to assess. We still don't have the data that he can return." Johnny Evans, out. Evans will not feature at St James's Park on Sunday. Newcastle United injury news, Jamal Lascelles, out. Lascelles faces a race against time to play again this season, although there is hope that he will be able to feature before the campaign concludes. He will not feature against the Red Devils. Sven Botman, out. It is hoped that Botman will be able to return to action in the coming weeks as he recovers from a fresh knee injury. Sunday will come too soon for the Dutchman, however. Lewis Hall, out. Hall will not feature again this season after sustaining a foot injury that required surgery. The former Chelsea man has undergone an operation on that issue and will be back in time for the start of next season. Anthony Gordon, doubt. Gordon suffered an injury on international duty, one Howe has revealed looked really bad, before not naming the former Everton man in his matchday squad for the win over Leicester City on Monday night. Gordon grabbed an assist in the reverse fixture at Old Trafford and will be a huge miss on Sunday if he is not deemed fit to play. Joe Willock, out. Willock has suffered a concussion and, due to the protocols, will not be able to feature against Manchester United on Sunday. Manchester United next transfer target after Liam Delap as Ruben Amorim plots £90 million double deal. Manchester United want to sign at least 2 forwards in the summer transfer window and help Ruben Amorim rebuild his squad, with Liam Delap understood to be the club's top target. Wolves star Matheus Cunha has joined Liam Delap on Manchester United's summer wish list. The Red Devils are considering signing the pair for a combined £90 million as Ruben Amorim looks to bolster his attack. United have struggled for goals throughout this season and have loaned out 3 forwards, Jadon Sancho, Marcus Rashford, and Antony. Senior figures at Old Trafford hope to sell the trio permanently when the summer transfer window opens and use the cash to finance Amorim's rebuild. Ipswich striker Dalot has emerged as United's top striker target, while Cunha, 25, is viewed as a Premier League proven option for one of their number 10 roles. The Brazilian signed a new contract with Wolves in January, but has already suggested that he's ready to leave, having been the subject of interest from Arsenal and Nottingham Forest. The Athletic report that United are considering a move for Cunha, who has a release £62.5 million clause. That amount, coupled with Dalot's £30 million clause if Ipswich are relegated, would be difficult to cough up unless the likes of Sancho, Rashford, and Antony are sold. But should enough funds be raised, United could make an approach for Cunha. The Red Devils are also monitoring alternatives such as RB Leipzig youngster Benjamin Sesko and Napoli striker Victor Osimhen. Cunha joined Wolves from Atletico Madrid in January 2023 and is enjoying his most productive season to date. The Brazil international, who'll turn 26 in May, has scored 15 goals and registered 4 assists, spearheading Wolves' survival fight. His discipline has come under scrutiny, though, having received 2 red cards this campaign. Cunha will return from a 4-game ban on Sunday when Wolves host Tottenham. The ex-Hertha Berlin forward said last month that he wouldn't have felt well if he'd left Wolves in January, but says that he needs to take the next step. Cunha told The Guardian, "I had a lot of offers, but I wouldn't feel well if I had done it. Should Manchester United pay £62.5 million for Matheus Cunha? Have your say in the comments section. Some things you can't control, but I couldn't leave the club in the middle of the season, in a difficult situation, in the relegation zone. But I've made it clear that I need to take the next step. I want to fight for titles, for big things. I have potential." Wolves are on course to survive at Ipswich's expense, with their impending relegation set to trigger a clause which would allow Dalot to leave for just £30 million. The 23-year-old former Manchester City striker has scored 12 goals in his first season playing regularly in the Premier League. Manchester United make contact with Brighton over potential move for Bart Verbruggen as Onana's future hangs in the balance. Manchester United have reportedly made initial contact with Brighton and Hove Albion over a possible summer move for 22-year-old goalkeeper Bart Verbruggen, as doubts grow over Andre Onana's long-term future at Old Trafford. Since arriving from Ajax in the summer of 2023, Onana has endured a roller coaster spell between the sticks. Despite flashes of brilliance, the Cameroonian international has been plagued by inconsistency and high-profile errors, which have put him under growing pressure both inside and outside the club. A former United player even went so far as to label him one of the worst keepers in the club's modern history, a harsh indictment of a player once seen as a major coup. Now, under the leadership of new boss Ruben Amorim, it appears the club is weighing up alternatives, with Verbruggen reportedly emerging as a top target. According to Gazzetta dello Sport, Manchester United have opened discussions with Brighton to explore the Dutchman's availability, as Amorim begins reshaping the squad in his image. Verbruggen, who joined Brighton from Anderlecht, has enjoyed a breakout season at the Amex Stadium. Despite missing the first 2 Premier League games, he has since made 33 appearances in all competitions, registering 8 clean sheets and playing a vital role in keeping Brighton in the hunt for European football. The Seagulls currently sit 9th in the table, just 6 points off a Europa League qualification spot. However, while Verbruggen's performances have impressed scouts, statistics suggest his season hasn't been without flaws. Data shows the Dutchman has a lower save percentage than Onana and has committed more errors leading to goals. That said, age is on his side, and his potential upside is clear, something that may be factoring into United's interest. In an interview with the BBC, Verbruggen reflected on his role as Brighton's number 1. "I'm loving it. His composure, distribution skills, and shot-stopping ability have caught the attention of clubs across Europe, and United aren't the only ones watching closely. Bayern Munich are also said to be in the race. Reports from The Telegraph suggest the German giants are considering a formal bid for the £60 million rated keeper as they look to bring in long-term competition for Manuel Neuer. With stiff competition for his signature, United may need to act quickly if they want to secure Verbruggen's services. Amorim's interest indicates that he may see the Dutchman as a more reliable and long-term solution to United's current issues in goal. Whether Onana remains part of Amorim's plans remains to be seen, but what is clear is that Manchester United are actively exploring their options. As the summer transfer window approaches, the Red Devils are preparing for another significant shakeup, this time starting from the back.